Hey, what's up? I want to say thanks to all my subscribers. Thank you for checking in on me and seeing what I have to gripe about today. Hopefully, it's not too gripey, but I can be. If you're just now finding my channel, um, I try to talk about pretty random things and my perspective on it. And it was a Mandela Effect channel, and I still kind of do dabble in and talk about it, but let's all face it, it's kind of run dry. But anyway, today I'm going to talk about intentions. Um, I don't know what really got me sparked and thinking about this. It's just I see so much ridicule online and within people, and I don't know. I just feel like a lot of us, I'm guessing a lot of people, maybe, I guess not a lot of people, but I think a lot of people that I deal with I think understand intentions, and what people mean behind the things that they're saying. And, you know, as as a society, I feel like sometimes we skip people's intentions and we try to hang on the little things they say and use it against them, even though their intentions weren't to offend, their intentions weren't to belittle or anything. But it goes both ways, people can see that they weren't trying to be offensive, they weren't trying to be angry, they weren't trying to point the finger, and then they throw it in their face anyway. So the other party's intentions were to try to expose and hurt, and use things against them. And this is going to be kind of a two subject video. I have something else I want to talk about. I'm probably just going to squeeze it in there, but a lot of you know that if I ever get trolls on my comments, I usually I don't shut up. I keep on going. I keep running my mouth and until they're done. Trolls don't really scare me off. People want to chime in and just be jerks, then I'm gonna be one right back. And I don't know, but it goes both ways when you're trying to be nice or you're trying to be truthful, which a lot of you know. I don't know how a lot of you people feel politically driven, or where what side you fall on. If you have a right or a left wing that you affiliate yourself with. Um, but even still, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm a fact person, and people just really hate hearing facts about things. Either it be, Black Lives Matter or homosexuals or transgender or, Mexicans, guns, whatever. People just really hate dealing with the truth. And when you provide truth or statistics or, oh God, feminism, I hope I'm not offending any of the women that are on my channel, and if I am, I'm sorry. I just, feminism has got to be the one subject, and it is dying off. It's not very popular anymore. Feminism isn't about equal rights anymore. It's all about man hating, and so it's losing steam. So I mean, it's not like it's the biggest subject in the world, but for some reason or another, I can't stop watching feminism crap. And it's not necessarily like I'm for feminism, because I'm really not. I am for equal rights, but I'm not for this man shaming, mansplaining, all this man hate shit. I'm really, really, really fed up with it, and it just drives me up the wall. Anyway, I'm not really going to try to make this about that, but that's along with a lot of the other politics of our life, and I feel that when people give facts, a lot of times maybe it does come off as hurtful, but I don't I'm not going to say that their intentions are to not be hurtful. Maybe they are, but I do believe that there are at times that people aren't really trying to hurt others, they're trying to educate others. And people just can't hear it. I mean, I spoke about being a musician, or how I used to be a professional musician. I used to pay the bills. Yeah, I didn't get to pay very many bills because being a musician is very difficult. But I I played hand percussion instruments. Okay, I played African drums, Latin drums, and I was very good at it. You know, I don't think there was anybody in my region that was as good as I was, and I received so many blessings and compliments from people around the world, that from Jamaica, India, Africa, from all these places that just told me that I was so talented, and I believe these people. America has like the guitar, and you have to remember these other countries have percussion. So when I got compliments from people over there, it really spoke to me. It really resonated with me, and I really enjoyed it. And it made me feel a lot better about my talents and how good I was. Point being is, I knew being the kind of musician I wanted to be, and the instrument that I played, it wasn't the guitar. It wasn't the bass guitar. It wasn't regular drums, or trap set drums. It was an instrument that really isn't that important, and I knew that. I know that even to this day. I knew it while I did it. I knew it when I was going into it. I knew that it wasn't very important, but I also knew when I would see bands, or I would see people I wanted to play with, and or the kind of music I wanted to make, and it just wasn't going to be accepted. I was a musician no one was looking for, but I was a musician that people didn't realize they wanted, or all I'm saying is I knew my place. I didn't get offended if there was no place for me, or I couldn't play with this band because it wouldn't fit. You know, um, who's going to be playing like 70s acid rock where congas and African drums exist. It's just, or like acid rock, or like Latin type of rock. It's not something you can just find somewhere and fit in. And like I said, the point that I'm trying to make is I knew my place, and that was a fact. Is that I wasn't going to fit in with that type of music, and my musical influences that do have that type of percussion. Um, it's underground music. It's music that really doesn't exist. That nobody. You try to tell somebody about it, they don't know. You try to say, oh, you're not gonna find somebody that says, oh man, I love that band. And if you did find someone that said that, they were just listeners. They weren't performers. So, um, all I'm saying is that sometimes when people get exposed to facts, people get exposed to the truth. You know, I don't I don't think when these truths are brought to the surface, a lot of people's intentions are just to hurt someone. And maybe it is. People are spiteful assholes a lot of times. So, that may be the case, but I know me personally, you know, if there's something that I'm interested in, a certain subject I'm interested in, I do my own research, and it's like, even when I see certain information, it's like, damn, that's gonna piss somebody off. Like they're not gonna want to hear it, And I mean, I guess there's things I don't want to hear. Somebody says you're a bad dad, or somebody says, I don't know, you messed up with your life or whatever. I mean, maybe at a time I would be offended, and maybe that's just something that comes with maturity. Maybe it's something that people never get. But I feel like I have a pretty good grip on what things are, and what I've been able to do within my power. I have a brother that I don't really talk to, and he doesn't have children, hasn't ever been involved in my life with my children, but he points the finger at me like I'm the biggest piece of shit on earth because I was a manual laborer. I worked outside, um, and it was just so insulting to me and the kind of father I was, and it's like, this guy had no, and his intentions were to hurt me, and it did. This, I love my brother, and I just, couldn't believe, how shitty this guy was trying to be. However, I know there were things that I could have improved on. I think we all have things that we can improve on, and to have somebody throw them in our face, if somebody's trying to talk to you, it's like, well, you probably could go back to school, or, why don't you try to, get a different job? Why don't you try to do this or try to do that? There's ways to do things. I really feel like their intentions aren't to hurt, or to hurt someone. And then there's ways that people talk to you and they're trying to hurt you. They're trying to throw things in your face and belittle you and and maybe at the same time boost themselves up. I don't know. The human emotion is a complex situation, but I don't know. I guess I can go on and on about this, and I'm really not trying to. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. If you feel like intentions are something that are based in good support, or in bad support, or positive support or negative support. How have your experiences with intentions been, either from you, against you, or whatever? Just let me know. I'm gonna steal about a couple more minutes of your time because there's something that's really, 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 really been pissing me off lately, and I know probably every one of you have experienced it, probably. But this kind of falls in line with intentions. Have any of you ever been told you're using the wrong there, THERE, and THEY'Re? Has anybody ever thrown that in your face? That you're using the wrong there. It's happened to me, and it was the wrong one. But you guys know me, at least to a certain degree. I guess I can be pretty argumentative. But a lot of people do that when when they have nothing else to say, they say that to try to belittle you and sink you down. And maybe some of you are guilty of it. I've never been guilty of it because you know what? I don't need things spelt out for me that much. And I mean, really no pun intended, but I really don't need people to. I know what they're trying to say. I don't have to have them be a perfectionist and a linguistics major and an English professor to be able to get their point across. And I really don't think other people do either. They just like to be jerks, and I don't know. I'm not going to spend very much time on this, but that shit it pisses me off so much that these people say, you didn't even use the right there. Do you know like the English language? I mean, I've seen all types of responses, It's like, you can't even spell there correctly, you blah, 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 blah. And honestly, I really don't give a shit, how I spell the wrong there. There's typos all the time, and I think when it's, let's say you're trying to say, I was writing on the board. If you put in the board, I'm not going to call you out and be say like some fucking idiot, it's like, next time that you comment or message me, make sure you use the correct wording. It's like, come on, motherfucker. I'm so sorry. I mean, come on, man. I mean, you know good and well what these people are trying to say. And you know good and well that you're being a fucking asshole about it. And I mean, like, again, intentions, I mean, people are fucking assholes, and it really just pisses me off. I just can't stand it. That we as a society have stooped down so low in so many ways. That there's so many people that are trolls now that just want to be pricks all the time. And if there's any advice I can give any of you, if you see somebody use the wrong there, don't be a fucking jerk. Just don't. You know what they're trying to say. Somebody leaves a typo, don't correct them. You don't have to. You know what the fuck they're trying to say. And not that you have to take my advice, not that I'm going to be there to watch you, but that's the advice I would give. And again, I'm thankful for the community I have that I don't have people that are going to sit there and run their mouth, that a lot of you are pretty down to earth, reasonable people. And I know the things that I'm saying doesn't leave me open to be trolled for saying it, you know? So I don't know. I'm glad that I have who I have on my channel. And I guess that's it. I guess that's all I really have to gripe about. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Let me know what you guys think if you want to. You don't want to, don't have to. I don't really care. But, if you do, I'll comment back. And I'll see you guys soon. Stay strong.